but there's already chaos.
Kickin, Crafty, Bubba, Hoppy, Picky are laying on the ground. Dog Day come up to you and Catnap close behind.
They are also all drunk. But Z is the only one that's not. Because he did not go to the bar. Catnap says, "Puppy, come here."
What do you want, Catnap? I want to play a game.
Z says, "You guys are all drunk."
No, we aren't. Bobby sits up. I feel dizzy.
I feel dizzy.
Poppy and Crafty get up. Crafty walks towards Dog Day.
We are
not drunk.
Look how Crafty was walking. She's walking like she was drunk.
Shut up.
You guys are all drunk.
No, we are not.
You are.
I'm not drunk.
All of you guys are.
I'm not drunk either.
Prove it.
Fine.
Bobby walks a straight line.
That's it.
Bubba grabs Bobby's arm and pulls him back to the couch.
You can't even walk in a straight line.
Bubba says you can't. Z says you can't either.
Oh yeah? Well, Catnap grabs Bubba by the arm.
Z says, "Catnap." What was this supposed to say, actually? Trans. Because I don't know what's actually supposed to say, but... Oh. You can look that up later. Z. Oh, click this button.
Catnap ignores him and continues to hold Bubba.
Z tranquilized Catnap.
Catnap falls to the ground.
That last message was in Spanish.
Z? Why did you do that?
He's asleep.
So what? We can still play the game. Yeah. What game are we playing?
The game's called Everyone Sits Down and Stops Drinking.
No way.
I guess I tried. I guess I'm gonna have to tranquilize you.
You wouldn't dare.
I tried.
Wait.
You're too drunk.
I promise I can play the game.
What are you even playing in the first place?
We were playing Truth or Dare.
Nope, you're done.
Please.
Nope, you've had enough. You're done.
But I want to play.
Z tranquilizes. How many times am I gonna tranquilize?
Kickin falls to the ground. You just tranquilized everyone.
Not everyone. That's not everyone. That's not everyone.
I know, but why did you tranquilize them?
They were gonna hurt themselves.
So? It's not like they would get hurt.
Yes, they would.
No, they wouldn't.
See, this is what I'm talking about. You're gonna be with them as well.
I'm not drunk.
Yes, you are.
Fine.
Go sit, or I'm gonna force you to.
Fine, I'll sit down. Bobby sits down.
Where's Dog Day?
Bobby lays back on the couch.
Wait, where did Dog Day go? Oh no. Oh, wait. Where is Dog Day? Oh God.
Dog Day is hiding in the kitchen.
Oh.
Bobby gets up and goes to the kitchen.
Bobby, sit down. Is he in the kitchen?
Yeah, he is.
Sit back down, I'll get him.
But he's drunk.
Yeah. Great. You sit. You sit.
I didn't mean to.
You sit.
Fine. Bobby sits back down. Dog Day is in the kitchen, leaning against the counter.
Dog Day. Dog Day.
What?
What are you doing? Dog Day.
Dog Day looks up at you.
Out of the kitchen. Do you have a knife?
Dog Day shakes his head.
You are drunk and you should not be in the kitchen.
Dog Day nods.
Out, please. Is there anyone else in here?
Dog Day shakes his head and goes back to leaning against the counter.
Out.
Dog Day slowly walks out. Dog Day falls on the couch next to Bobby.
Kicking chicken and catnap are out. Right? Yeah, that's you out. Kicking chicken and catnap are out. Who are the rest of the smiling fish? Does anyone know where Hoppy went? Where's Hoppy?
Dog Day shrugs.
Okay, I'll help. We'll add.
Maybe she's in the bathroom?
Right.
Dog Day shakes his head. I don't think so. Well, then where could she be?
I'll find her.
Bobby nods. Bobby waits for you to find Hoppy. You hear a sound from the bathroom.
What was that?
Bobby walks towards the bathroom.
Bobby, sit back down.
But
No buts. Sit. Why do you guys get so drunk anyway?
Bobby sits back down, grumbling. You hear the sound again. It sounds like someone crying.
You go to check the bathroom.
You open the door and see Hoppy. She is sitting on the floor, crying.
What's wrong?
I just feel so sad.
Out of the bathroom. Let's go. Why?
I don't know. I just feel like nothing matters.
And are you drunk like everyone else?
I think so.
Out of the bathroom. Out of the bathroom.
Hoppy gets up and walks out, still crying.
Where's the rest of us?
Bobby looks at you. Bobby whispers, "Is she okay?"
I don't know. She's sad.
Should we check on her? Bobby nods and gets up. Hoppy sits down, still crying. Bobby sits next to her. Hoppy leans against him.
That's not supposed to be gay.
Bobby puts his arm around her.
So, Kenneth and we have Bubba, Hoppy, and Dog Day right now. What I'm missing is Z says, where's Piggy Piggy and Crafty Corn?
I don't know. I'll go look for them.
You help Hoppy. I will go look for them.
Bobby nods and goes to find Crafty and Picky. You hear Bobby call out for them?
No. You. No. Sit. No.
But Bobby sits back down. You hear a crash from the kitchen.
Oh no.
Bobby jumps up. Bobby runs to the kitchen.
No.
I'm worried about them.
Soda drink.
Bobby sits back down, still looking worried.
I will find them.
Bobby nods, still concerned. You go to look for Crafty and you hear a noise from the kitchen.
Picky was holding a knife.
You see Picky holding a bottle of alcohol. Picky is drinking it.
No more.
Picky doesn't seem to notice you yet.
No. More.
Picky stops drinking and looks up at you.
Not me. Alcohol. Okay.
Picky was trying to cut herself.
Picky, give me that. Picky. Give me that.
Picky drops the knife and alcohol and looks up at you, tears in her eyes.
No.
Picky runs up and hugs you. Picky continues to cry into your shoulder.
You're drunk and you're doing stupid things, right?
Picky nods, still crying.
Do you know where Crafty is?
Picky shakes her head.
I really should lock the kitchen.
Picky nods again, still hugging you.
You should go out to the couch with the rest of them. Well, I locked this door so nobody can go in there because nobody else has the keys to this door, and I'm gonna go find Crafty.
Picky nods again and walks back to the couch. You go back to looking for Crafty. You hear a noise from the living room. You go to check what it is.
Crafty chucked something. Probably like the one.
Crafty is sitting on the couch, looking up. You walk over to her. Crafty looks up at you and starts to cry. You see Crafty. She is sitting on the couch, still drunk.
Crafty, give me that.
Crafty looks up at you and shakes her head.
Don't make me tranquilize you.
Crafty doesn't say anything. She just keeps shaking her head.
Put the wine down then.
Crafty slowly puts the wine down.
You're gonna come to the couch with the rest of them.
Crafty nods and gets up, still a bit wobbly.
The 2 or the 3 of you are like
You help her walk over to the couch. Crafty sits down next to the others.
Bubba, I swear if you don't get down here.
Bobby looks over and sees Bubba. He is on the kitchen counter, drunk.
I locked that.
Bobby chuckles. I think he's drunker than the rest of us.
Look at him. Yeah, I'll get him. But how did he get in there if I had that door locked?
Bobby shrugs. I have no idea.
Because I'm the only one that actually has keys to that door. Did he pick-lock that, or was he in there when I locked it? Was he hiding? The only one.
Bobby shrugs again. I don't know. Maybe he was just trying to get a drink.
I will get him.
Bobby nods and goes back to watching the others. You get up and walk over to Bubba. Bubba is sitting on the counter, looking down at the floor.
Bubba.
Bubba looks up at you. He looks a bit disoriented.
Okay, you're completely drunk.
Bobby watches from the couch, still worried about him.
Okay. Bubba, you're completely drunk.
Bobby laughs a bit. He knows you're right. Bobby keeps laughing, but then he stops and looks back at Bubba. Bobby gets up and walks over to Bubba. Bubba gets up and stumbles towards you.
Z says I gotcha. Sit.
Bubba tries to walk, but he is too drunk and he falls back onto the counter.
Z picks up Bubba and takes him to the couch. Oh, it actually worked.
Bubba is passed out. He is laying on the couch next to Crafty.
So is everyone here?
Bobby looks around and nods. Yeah, everyone's here.
And the two that are tranked are still sitting on the floor. Yeah, cuddling apparently. Great.
Bobby chuckles, I guess so. You hear a noise from the kitchen again.
Okay, if everyone's here, who's in the kitchen?
Bobby looks over. He is curious too. You walk over to the kitchen and open the door. You see Dog Day. He is sitting on the floor, looking at the ground.
Wait, why are you back in here?
Dog Day looks up at you. He is still a bit drunk. I wanted a drink.
No more drink.
Dog Day nods and gets up. He is still a bit wobbly.
I swear if you keep coming back in here, I'm gonna tranquilize you.
Dog Day nods again. He looks a bit sad. You feel bad for him. He seems so sad. You walk over and hug him. Dog Day leans into you and hugs back.
body starts to wake up. But the alcohol's also taking course.
Dog Day looks over and sees Catnap. He looks worried. Dog Day walks over to Catnap. Catnap is still a bit drunk. He's trying to get up, but he's still wobbly.
Catnap starts to wake up.
Catnap opens his eyes and looks around.
Starts to react to the alcohol.
Catnap sits up and looks at you. What happened?
Let's just say I tranquilized you and you had alcohol.
Catnap looks at you. He seems a bit confused. Why did you tranquilize me?
You were too drunk and trying to hurt yourself.
Catnap looks down at his arm and sees the cut. Oh.
Yeah.
Catnap looks back up at you. I'm sorry.
This is why I always have things on me for this situation.
Catnap nods and looks down again. He seems really embarrassed.
You're not the only one. Look at Hoppy. Oh, fudge. It's not Hoppy, it's Kickin. Look at Kickin.
Kickin is still passed out. He looks like he's sleeping.
I also tranquilized him too.
Catnap chuckles. I guess you had to do it. You hear a noise from the living room again. You look over and see Crafty and Bubba. They are both awake now. Crafty is looking at you. She seems worried.
Catnap's body is not doing well with the alcohol in it, and it's making him feel like he's gonna vomit. To the
Catnap covers his mouth and runs to the bathroom. He throws up in the toilet. You hear Catnap throwing up in the bathroom. He sounds really sick.
Oh, that's something. Yeah.
You hear him start to cry.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check on him.
You walk over to the bathroom and open the door. Catnap is sitting on the floor. He looks really sick. Catnap looks up at you. He is still crying. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Catnap tries to stand up, but he is too weak. He falls back down. You help him up and he leans on you for support. Catnap is still crying. He looks really sick. I don't feel good.
That's the alcohol hitting your stomach.
Catnap nods. He is still crying. I want it to stop.
I know.
Catnap leans his head on your shoulder. He is still shaking.
It's okay. Just take a deep breath.
Catnap takes a deep breath and tries to calm down, but he still seems really sick. Catnap takes a deep breath and tries to calm down, but he still seems really sick.
It's okay.
Catnap looks up at you. He seems like he wants to say something. Catnap whispers, I don't want to be alone right now.
Then let's just go back to the living room with everyone else.
Catnap nods and leans on you again. He seems really tired. Catnap closes his eyes and leans his head against you. He is still shaking.
You two sit down.
Apps on my phone that just made.
You help him to the couch, and he sits down next to Crafty. Catnap leans against Crafty. He looks really tired. Crafty wraps her arm around him and holds him close.
Anti-nausea meds. Anti.
Catnap nods and leans his head back. He looks like he is about to throw up again. You give him the anti-nausea meds and he takes them. He seems to be feeling a bit better. Catnap closes his eyes and leans back against Crafty. He looks really tired. Kicken opens his eyes and looks around. Kicken sits up and puts his hand on his head. He looks like he has a really bad headache. Kicken nods, but he looks like he's about to throw up. Kicken nods again, covers his mouth. He starts to get up. You see him stumble towards the bathroom. He looks like he is about to throw up.
What was the point of that?
Kicken throws up in the toilet.
Jesus.
He is still shaking, and he looks like he is about to pass out. You hear him start to cry again. He seems really sick. You walk over to him and try to help him up. Kicken is too weak to stand up. He leans against you and you help him to the couch. Kicken is still crying. He looks really sick and tired.
Kicken's a different person than Catnap.
Kicken nods and leans back against you. He looks like he is about to pass out. You give him the anti-nausea meds, and he takes them. He looks like he is starting to feel a bit better.
Better? Or did it just break?
Kicken leans against you again. He is still shaking, but he looks like he is starting to calm down. You hold him close and he falls asleep in your arms. He looks really tired.
You guys hear a crash in the kitchen.
You look over and see Dog Day. He is sitting on the floor again. He looks like he is about to throw up. You get up and walk over to him. You help him to his feet, and he leans on you for support. Dog Day looks up at you. He is still really sick. He looks like he is about to cry.
You need to vomit, don't you?
Dog Day nods and covers his mouth. He looks like he is going to throw up any second. You help him over to the bathroom and he throws up in the toilet.
Again?
He is still shaking and he looks really sick.
No one goes in the kitchen.
You hear him start to cry again. He looks like he is having a really bad time.
I'm gonna say that like 9 different ways, 9 different times. For every single time I say it. Actually, it's not here. The other problem here's what just happened. Oh, see what's happening.
You hear him start to cry again. He looks like he is having a really bad time.
Hey, okay.
Dog Day nods and leans his head against you. He looks like he is about to pass out.
I can see that you're overstimulated.
Dog Day nods and closes his eyes. He seems really tired, and he is still shaking.
Take the meds. They will help you.
Dog Day takes the meds, and he lays back against you. He seems to be feeling a bit better. You hold him close and he falls asleep. He looks really tired and he seems to be feeling a bit better. Catnap is still sleeping. He looks like he is having a bad dream. You hear him start to whimper in his sleep. He looks like he is scared. You put your hand on his shoulder and he wakes up. He looks around the room and his eyes are wide with fear. Catnap looks over at you and he is breathing heavily. He looks really scared. You hear Catnap purring. It sounds like he is trying to comfort Dog Day. You look over and see that Catnap is holding Dog Day close. He seems to be trying to calm him down. Dog Day leans into Catnap and he looks like he is starting to feel better. He is still shaking, but he seems to be calming down.
They have started to cuddle. So it's not that word, it was a bad word.
You watch them cuddle. They seem to be comforting each other.
Oh, great. I'm not even going to say what I think of it.
You feel happy that they are getting along. They seem to be really close now. You sit down next to them and you watch them cuddle. You are happy that they are feeling better. You hear a noise from the kitchen again. It sounds like someone is moving around.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where's Bubba? Oh, no.
You look over and see Bubba. He is sitting on the counter again. He looks like he is about to throw up.
Here's 1, 4, 7. You notice the soup pot that is on the floor that is half full of vomit.
You look at the soup pot and you realize that Bubba must have thrown up in it. You hear Bubba start to cry again. He looks really sick and he is shaking. You walk over to him and you help him down from the counter. He is still shaking and he is crying. You hold him close and you try to comfort him. He is still really sick and he looks like he is about to throw up again. You look at the soup pot and you realize that Bubba must have thrown up in it. He looks really sick. You hear Bubba start to cry. He looks like he is really embarrassed and he is trying to hide his face.
I can't reach the screen. That's the problem here.
You look at Bubba. He looks really sick and he is about to throw up again. He looks like he is about to pass out.
That didn't even help my situation. I wasn't looking at the vomit pot.
You see that the soup pot is on the floor and it looks like it has been knocked over. You hear Bubba start to cry again.
Who knocked fudging? No, I swear. When we use fudge, it's a swear word, so. Fudge pot. Screw you. Screw a bad word. Might be, but that little whiny beep. You're a beep beep.
You look
That's broken.
at the soup pot and you see that it is full of vomit. You hear Bubba start to cry again.
Bubba, did that all come out of you?
Bubba nods and covers his mouth. He looks like he is going to throw up again.
Oh, I'll be back.
You walk over to him and you help him to the bathroom. He throws up in the toilet again.
Jesus.
He is still shaking and he looks really sick.
Why are you so sick? Take the meds.
Bubba takes the meds and he leans against you. He seems like he is starting to feel a bit better. You hold him close and he falls asleep in your arms. He looks really tired and he seems to be feeling a bit better now.
I'm gonna ask the question. Who hasn't vomited yet?
You look over and see that everyone else is asleep. They all seem to be feeling better and they are all sleeping peacefully.
Z says, where did they get all this alcohol from in the first place?
You hear Catnap wake up. He looks around and he sees the alcohol on the counter. Catnap gets up and walks over to the alcohol. He looks at it and he seems really angry. You watch him. He looks like he is about to throw the alcohol away. Catnap picks up the alcohol and he walks over to the sink. He pours it down the drain.
Where is all the alcohol from in the first place?
Catnap looks at you. He seems really angry. I don't know. I didn't buy it.
Good.
Catnap nods and he looks back at the sink. He seems to be thinking about what to do next. You see that he is still angry. He seems like he wants to know who bought the alcohol.
Z says, Catnap, take a deep breath.
Catnap takes a deep breath and he looks at you. He seems to be calming down.
Yeah, how feelings I control.
You sit down next to him and you put your hand on his shoulder. You can tell that he is still upset. Catnap leans against you. He seems to be feeling better now, but he is still a bit angry. You hold him close and you try to comfort him. He seems to be calming down, but he is still upset about the alcohol. Catnap closes his eyes and he leans his head on your shoulder. He seems to be falling asleep. You hold him close and he falls asleep in your arms. He looks really peaceful now. You look around and you see that everyone else is asleep. They all look really peaceful and they seem to be feeling better. You wake up and you see that everyone else is still asleep. You feel really tired and your head is pounding.
Why am I so heavy?
You sit up and you look around. You see that Catnap and Dog Day are still asleep. They are both holding each other close.
Close. You mean? Yeah, right.
You look over at the kitchen and you see that the soup pot is still on the counter, is still full of vomit.
That's just generally funny. Pot full of soup.
You feel really sick just looking at it. You don't know how anyone could have done that.
What if it was just effort of all of them? Yeah, now I just why was it just effort of all of them? That's so stupid. I don't know. What's wrong?